There are souls walking this earth that carry something unexplainable, something deep, ancient, and unshakable. Not everyone can see it, but those who do either recoil or become entranced. It is not charisma. It is not charm. It is not even intelligence in the conventional sense. It is something far rarer, a kind of inner resonance that pulses beneath the surface, stirring the world around them like a quiet storm. If you are one of those rare beings, you have likely disturbed people without ever meaning to. Your very presence unsettles the shallow, challenges the dishonest, and rattles those hiding from themselves. You are not here to blend in. You are not built for small talk or shallow waters. You were forged in fire, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and your existence alone becomes a mirror to others, a mirror they didn't ask for, a mirror they resent. And yet, despite the discomfort you may cause, your essence is necessary, because you carry a truth the world tries to bury, a rare signal of depth in an age of noise. Here are 13 signs something rare is inside you that can disturb others, and why that disturbance is not your burden but your power. Your energy exposes masks. You don't need to speak a word. Just being in the room makes people fidget. You walk in and suddenly the vibe shifts, not because you're doing anything, but because your energy is rooted in authenticity, and it threatens the facades others depend on. Those who hide behind performances, behind curated personalities, feel their illusions tremble around you. You don't play along with roles, you don't stroke egos or fake smiles. Your very presence asks the question, who are you really, without you needing to ask it. You notice what others pretend not to. You are acutely observant, not of surface-level drama, but of the subtle. You feel tension others haven't named. You sense contradictions people don't know they're embodying. You see through manipulation cloaked in charm. You recognize when love is really control, when confidence is really insecurity. You see the thing behind the thing. This unnerves people, especially those who thrive in illusion. Your gaze alone feels like X-ray vision, and that's not a compliment to them. It's a threat. You ask questions that cut through denial. Where others ask, how are you? You ask, what are you afraid to face? Where others say, that's just how it is. You say, but why must it be that way? You are not trying to be confrontational. You are not trying to dominate. You are trying to understand. But your questions don't leave room for denial. They pierce through programmed narratives and invite truth into spaces built on avoidance. And many aren't ready for that invitation. You're not moved by trends, praise, or approval. You are sovereign in your thinking. You don't ride the waves of popular opinion. You're not seduced by applause. You don't need validation to stay grounded in your beliefs. This unshakable rootedness terrifies people who depend on external affirmation to feel real. You don't seek to provoke, but your independence disrupts those who need others to co-sign their existence. Your silence is louder than most people shouting. You don't need to dominate conversations to make an impact. Your silence often says more than entire speeches. In arguments, you don't raise your voice, you lower your presence. And yet people feel it like a cold wind brushing across their self-deception. Your quiet makes people hear their own noise. Your calmness reveals their chaos. You're not easily manipulated, and that enraged manipulators. You don't fall for guilt trips disguised as care. You don't respond to emotional baiting. You can see when someone is trying to maneuver you into a reaction, and when you don't bite, they feel powerless. Those who survive off others' emotional reactions find your stillness infuriating. They can't hook you, and they hate that. You confront your own darkness, and that makes others face theirs. You've wrestled your demons. You've sat in your own shadows. You've bled, broken, and rebuilt yourself. You don't deny your flaws. You've integrated them. This level of self-honesty radiates a frequency others aren't prepared for. You're not afraid to talk about grief, loss, betrayal, fear. You don't sugarcoat the human experience, and people who have spent their lives avoiding their pain find your presence disorienting because it reminds them of everything they've yet to confront. You demand authenticity without demanding anything at all. You don't ask people to change, but around you they feel they must. You don't tell people to be real. but your presence makes artificiality feel suffocating. You don't give ultimatums, but people instinctively realize they can't bring half-truths to your table. Your standard is your energy, and that energy speaks louder than lectures ever could. You hold space without rescuing. You have compassion, but not codependence. You listen without fixing. You support without enabling. You can stand with someone in their pain without trying to remove it. This kind of presence is rare. It is unsettling to those who mistake attention for affection, pity for love, or rescue for worth. Your ability to hold rather than heal is misunderstood and often feared because it forces people to take responsibility for their own evolution. You walk away with peace, not bitterness. When someone disrespects your boundaries, you don't explode. You disappear. You don't make scenes. You exit, and that exit echoes. Your detachment is elegant and final. And for people who thrive on chaos, your lack of drama is deafening. It robs them of their narrative that you're the problem. It exposes them to themselves. You attract projection like a lightning rod. People will see in you what they refuse to see in themselves: their jealousy, projected as your arrogance; their insecurity, projected as your coldness; their dishonesty, projected as your manipulation. You will be labeled things you are not. Why? Because you disturb the stories people tell themselves about who they are. And it's easier to attack you than to question those stories. You don't try to fit in, and that makes others feel inadequate. You do not compromise your essence for inclusion. You'd rather be alone in truth than celebrated in falsehood. This scares those who have built their identity on conformity. Your freedom highlights their imprisonment. Your individuality shines a light on their need for acceptance. You become a mirror of what they could be if they chose courage. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be real. This is the essence of the disturbance you cause. You are not molding yourself into palatable shapes for comfort. You are not shrinking yourself to make others feel tall. You are not decorating your truths with politeness. You are not performing. And in a world obsessed with appearance, this kind of authenticity is radical. It's rare, it's threatening. So when others react to your presence with discomfort, with criticism, with avoidance, remember this: their reaction says more about their unhealed parts than your worth. What is rare is often misunderstood. What is powerful is often feared, and what is real always causes a ripple. Your role is not to dim your light to protect others' shadows. Your role is to be fully, fiercely, unapologetically you. Because in the end, your presence doesn't disturb the world, it wakes it up.